Good morning. Starting off day 65 at the home of John and Sarah. Gonna go hit the black and gold and get back on the trail, heading north. Awesome night. Before I get on trail, gotta stop at the black and gold. I'm not on the trail. I'm standing outside the admissions building, the building that let me in after appeal with the Commandant of Cadets from the 50s, Colonel William Buchanan. He said, oh, you're an Eagle Scout? Well, we may have a spot for you here. Now we're looking at the parade ground on post at the Virginia Military Institute. The people that I met with yesterday, Paul and John, were both my classmates here. Graduated 1990. The oldest state-supported school in the country, founded November 11th, 1939. Great memories. All right, many thanks to John and Sarah for dropping me back off at the mile. $7.99. Breakfast at Waffle House is great. Thanks for the breakfast, Sarah, and appreciate all the support. We'll see you guys on the trail. Mile 800. All right. The previous 100-mile markers had some sort of designation somewhere. Somebody would take some sticks or rocks. Haven't seen anything yet. Hopefully I see something. I'm not going to build one now. There it is. 800. Mile 801. Mile 802. Mile 803. And again, many folks have been doing some nice maintenance on this trail. Coming up on a cool suspension bridge. Definitely pretty cool. Yeah, they got some serious anchorage going on here. All right, let's see if they got it right. Never saddle a dead horse. They got it right. $10 4.1. I'm taking it super slow. Another hot day. Hard to see through the trees and leaves, but that's the Lynchburg Reservoir, and the dam backs up the Peddler River. Mile 804. Mile 805. Hello, Mr. Snake. You know, I continue to see these all the time, and there's no longer a surprise. Mile 806, crossing a nicely maintained gravel road. White Blaze. Mile 807. Definitely a cool bridge. This bridge is definitely built to last and constructed with materials that will last quite a bit. Just look at the steps, the thickness, and the risers. That is much more stout than your backyard deck. And then the depth of this beam, pressure treated, quite significant. This thing had to have been flown in here. Excellent work. Mile 808. Another Very, very nice bridge. Stopping at Brown Mountain Creek Shelter. I camped at this campsite in November 2014. Should be a spring around here. I prefer to get water out of the spring. Mile 809. Last stop for water, definitely cameling up. So I'm now on the section of trail towards the end of the day, of course. Got to go up 2,400 feet in 3.9 miles. But I did run into a Sobo. He came down it. He said it was easy. Of course, it was early in the morning and not 90 degrees. Fortunately, there's shade. Let's see how we do. Pulley, pulley. Coming up on US 60, Long Mount Wayside. Stopped under the shade at Long Mount Wayside. Filtering the remaining water that I carried up. I did treat it before, but there's a nice little map here. Let's see if I can get it so you can see it. So again, we started in Springer Mount, Georgia. And now we are here, right outside of Buena Vista. This morning we stopped in Lexington. And on a bigger scale, we're right here on US 60. And I got some up to go, some Bald Knob, and I'm planning on camping at Cow Camp Gap. So that should be pretty decent. There's a spring nearby. So, gotta get to it. Nice little mileage sign. 20 miles to the pre-shelter. That was the first place I ever camped on the Appalachian Trail in May 1984. Mile 810. Got some big ups, and it's 3 o'clock. Hottest part of the day. Mile 811. Went up 700 feet in a mile. Well, that's a lot of elevation change. The trail is actually pretty decent, but elevation change is elevation change. It's hard. White blaze. Mile 812. Still got a little over half a mile of hiking to go up with 500 feet. So this just keeps going. But grateful the trail's in good condition, but definitely tough. First view on this monster climb. I just stopped 2 minutes ago just to drink and pause and cool off. Still got a couple more feet to go up and then a PUD, and we're at the campsite. But I did see in Far Out, somebody just posted a few moments ago that half a mile north of the campsite area, we saw a rattlesnake. I've lived in Virginia for, I don't know, 35 years. I've never seen a rattlesnake. They're here. I just haven't been at the same spot with them. That's okay. There's the summit of Bald Knob from the shelter. It was 2,700 feet, 4.8 miles, just continuous up. So glad I've done the up. Now just to go a little over 3 miles to the campsite. Spring is about 3/10 of a mile away, but Far Out reports say it's flowing. And get something to eat. And watch out for Mr. Snaky and the grassy. Mile 813. We're on the old hotel trail. The Cow Camp Gap shelters to the right, half a mile. It's a long side hike. I'm going to Hog Camp Gap, 2.5 miles to go. Still some up. Mile 814, and had to pull over for the view. Very, very nice. But still got some work to do. Some miles to put on and some grade to climb. Finally, I'm on a bald. Been hiking on these balds back there. They got lots of cover. But here, we got lots of views. Super cool. Mile 815. Stopped, took my pack off, cooled off, drank some more water. A little over a mile to go, 6 o'clock. That big mountain in the far distance, that is the Priest. Lovely. I've been up that many times. Walking through a sea of ferns, only parted by the trail. Coming into the campsite area, supposed to be quite a few campsites for dozens of tents. Let's check it out. Finishing up day 65 on the Appalachian Trail. Started at 8, finished around 7. 17.2 miles, 5,000 feet of vertical gain, 4,000 feet of loss. Kind of a somber day, remembering my nephew, machinist mate, Nathan Powell Richardson. A service member lives on as long as his name is mentioned. I salute you. Mile marker, signing out.